My husband pretended to be straight for our entire marriage, so I exposed him to the one person who'd rather bury a son than accept a gay one. My husband treated our marriage like a costume he could wear to family dinners, and I was just another accessory. Josh wasn't just closeted, he was calculating. He'd mapped out his whole fake life before we even met and picked me because I was the girl who kept saying yes to coffee dates even after 3 rejections. Persistent interest, he'd later call it, like I was a hiring metric he'd optimized for. His family, pure fundamentalist Mormon stock, the kind who disowned their own son for holding his boyfriend's hand at Walmart. Josh watched his cousin Tyler get erased from family photos, blocked on every platform, treated like he'd died, all for loving wrong. That's when Josh decided he'd rather live a lie than lose his inheritance. Enter me, the convenient bride with low self-esteem and a Pinterest wedding board. I found out the truth because he got sloppy. I caught him in our bed with someone named Marcus, not even trying to hide it anymore. That's when Josh finally admitted everything. He'd known he was gay since high school, had a boyfriend David for 6 months before our wedding. The kicker? He'd take business trips every month, really week-long vacations with David in Puerto Vallarta, while I stayed home with our 2 kids. He missed Emma's first soccer goal for Miami Pride and left me alone during Ben's pneumonia for a couple's massage in Key West. But the worst part wasn't the lying or the cheating. It was how he'd made me doubt myself for years. You're too needy when I wanted intimacy. Maybe try losing weight when I wondered why he never touched me. He let me think I was the problem while he was naughty texting David during our anniversary dinners. When I confronted him after catching them, he didn't even apologize. He just shrugged and said, I needed kids and a normal life. You got a house and a family. We both got what we wanted. Like I was a surrogate he'd hired off Craigslist. That's when I decided to leave. I packed up the kids, filed for divorce, and started rebuilding. Should have been simple, right? Except Josh told his family I was divorcing him because he wouldn't satisfy me intimately and made me sound like some nympho who couldn't handle a low libido. That's when his mother Linda decided to stage an intervention. She cornered me at pickup right in front of other parents. Marriage is about sacrifice, she hissed, gripping my arm with her acrylic talons. Men have needs, but they're different from ours. If you were a better wife, more attractive, more submissive, he wouldn't stray. As if he was a cat who'd wandered too far from home, not a man who'd been planning his double life since before he'd proposed. Something snapped in me. I was done protecting him. Standing there in the school parking lot, Linda still lecturing about wifely duties, I had my moment of clarity. Josh had built his entire life on one pillar, his parents never finding out, 30 years of performance, and I held the power to end the show. His cousin Tyler had been exiled for less. Josh knew exactly what would happen if they found out, and he'd gambled I'd never tell. Time to call his bluff. Linda, I said, sweet as her diabetes-inducing potato salad. The only thing that would make me more attractive to your son would be a gender change operation. She blinked, processed. Her face went through 5 stages of grief in 3 seconds. I'm not the one he's been straying with. That would be David, or Marcus, or whoever he's booking his next gaycation with. I pulled out my phone and showed her a screenshot from his iPad of him and David, kissing at sunset, number Puerto Vallarta Pride. Hope you're ready for those adopted grandkids because your son's been gay since high school and I'm done being his beard. She stumbled backward like I'd slapped her. Other parents were staring. I should have felt guilty, but all I felt was free. Josh called within an hour, sobbing so hard I could barely understand him. You've ruined everything. My whole life gone. How could you? How could I? He'd stolen years of my life, made me question my worth, used our children as props in his elaborate show. But sure, I'm the villain for telling the truth. His parents disowned him by dinner time. The extended family blocked him by breakfast. Josh lost his job at the family business, his inheritance, his entire support system. Meanwhile, I got the house and the divorce in full custody because it turns out judges don't love fathers who abandon their kids for beach weekends with their secret boyfriends. Sometimes I feel bad, but then I remember him telling me I was the problem while texting David from our marriage bed. Josh wanted a normal life so badly, he destroyed mine to get it. He played straight for 30 years. I ended his performance in 30 seconds.